Thomas goes to Thomasland. One evening, Thomas brought his last train to the junction. Percy was there to see him. Are you on your way to the big station, Thomas? Yes, I am. Why? Because I'm going there too. I think something's up. Toby looked at the sky. Pardon me? Nobody, whoa. Not up there, Toby, down here, laughed Thomas. Nobody, how can something be up when it's down? Thomas was too excited to explain. Bust my buffers, look over there. Mavis, Daisy, Bill, Ben, Donald, Oliver and Douglas paraded past. Nonny, good evening, you three, whistled Douglas. Nonny, aren't we all in fine sight? Oh, very splendid indeed, replied Toby. Nonny, sorry we can't stop. The Fat Controller wants us all together at the station. What is this all about? Asked Thomas. The Fat Controller's got a plan, replied his driver. Come on. So they followed the other engines to the big station at the end of the line. At the sheds, everyone whistled impatiently. Silence, said the Fat Controller. I have an important letter to read from a man called Colin Bryan. Dear Thomas and all the engines, please can I meet you? My friends say that they would like to meet you too. You can come to my house for tea, but my mummy says there aren't any railway tracks to my house. Can you come to the station instead? Thank you very much. It seems, continued the Fat Controller, that there are many staff that would like to meet you. Therefore, we are all going to Drayton Manor, home of Thomasland. Hooray, hooray, the engines whistled. Silence, said the Fat Controller again. Just to let you know, we will be leaving at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. As Annie and Clarabelle were going to Drayton Manor, home of Thomasland too, Thomas and Oliver practised with some other coaches. They worked very hard, putting some coaches in the coach shed and getting some coaches ready to go out tomorrow. You know what, Oliver, said Thomas, I really enjoyed going to special places and I'm really excited about going to Drayton Manor, home of Thomasland. I have not been to Thomasland for 11 years actually, and I'm really excited. Then Thomas made his mistake. I can't wait! Whoa, no! Oh! Are you okay, Thomas? Yes, Oliver, I'm fine, thanks. Luckily, no one was hurt, but Thomas's front was badly bent. The workman telephoned the Fat Controller. I'll send up the workmen, he said, but if they come in, Thomas and Sam will have to go to Drayton Manor without him. Poor Thomas had to go with A&E. Eight o'clock next morning, the engines waited at the junction. Toby and Percy were each on a truck, and Duck had pushed them into place behind Edward. Henrietta was behind Duck. Gordon, James and Henry were waiting to go. Gordon, James and Henry were waiting to go. Gordon, James and Henry were waiting to go. They whistled impatiently. The Fat Controller looked at his watch. The Fat Controller looked at his watch. Only one more minute for Thomas, then we have to go. Oh, thank goodness you're still here, said Thomas. I hope we're not late, as it's just after 8. The guard blew his whistle and waved his flag. The engines cheered. Look out, Drayton Manor, here we come. And the cavalcade puffed away. Pardon me. Later, at Drayton Manor, home of Thomas Hand, all the engines were lined up in a splendid shed. The children were delighted to meet their friends. I'm glad Colin Bryan wrote to us, whispered Thomas to Percy. Isn't this wonderful? Isn't this wonderful? What happiness! I'm glad Colin Bryan wrote to us, whispered Thomas to Percy. Isn't this wonderful? What happiness a letter can bring. The end. The end. The end.